bowl season is sort of in full swing. It's been a little tough so far for bettors. But are there any games that you are looking forward to, either as a fan or a bettor, to put some action on?
Yeah, it's been brutal out there for college football
Mm.
and for betting and as fandom in general, right? Just seeing the amount of players deciding to opt out or to play, but knowing that they're about to enter the transfer portal. And I know in Minnesota, in particular, like they're the only team that qualified with a losing record, and their starting quarterback has opted out, and their backup quarterback was about to opt out, but Minnesota came in last second and gave him extra NIL money just so he could play in the game. Like, I mean, that's where we're at in college free agency, which is really, really sad. One game that I'm really interested in is the Cotton Bowl, Missouri versus Ohio State. The Lions moved 8 points since it opened, which is amazing. And there's still a question of if Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to play. I think the SEC has been a little overrated all year, so I'm looking forward to watching Ohio State beat them, assuming Marvin Harrison plays. But that 8-point move is really, really rare, and I'm excited to watch what happens with that, of course. The Georgia-Florida State game, right? I was all set on telling you why Florida State is going to use their snub as motivation, and then their best defensive player, their star edge rusher Jared Verse, yesterday opted out, and he's going to focus on the NFL draft. I will say that Florida State's had the best defense in the entire NCAA all year, and I think their defense has gotten overlooked all year. I think they're going to be on a mission to show Georgia that they have the best defense. I think the under in 44.5. I think 44.5 is way too high in that game. I'll look for the under in that game. And then the two big ones, Rose Bowl and Sugar Bowl, I'm looking forward to as a fan. The thing you can do against Alabama is rush the football. Auburn rushed for 250 yards. I think Michigan's going to control the game, and I like J.J. McCarthy personally over Jalen Milroe. I think Michigan covers. I think they're -1.5. And then finally, the Sugar Bowl. People have doubted Washington all year. I really think actually the Pac-12 is, as hard as it is for me to admit this, I think they, from top to bottom, probably had the strongest conference in the NCAA Power 5 conferences all year. I think, I like Texas, but I think it's a shootout. I think there might be over 1,000 yards total. It's going to be one of those really, really fun games to watch. But people have been betting against, Washington and Penix all year, and they've beat some really, really good teams. And when they've had guys banged up, they've still found a way to win. I think they'll be fully healthy, and I think they win in a shootout against Texas.